Hey there, history students. This is part two of our video series. In the first video, you learned about Gale Virtual Reference Library, U.S. History and Context, and Learn 360. And today we're going to dive into EBSCO and a few other resources. So remember, to access our library databases, you go to bit.ly/BSD research. And that will take you to this page here. So we're going to talk about EBSCO today. EBSCO is a college level database. And when you search in EBSCO academic search, you're just looking at academic journals. But when you go to EBSCO one-stop search, it will search their academic journals and magazines and news, plus a whole bunch of the other databases too. So it can be a great place to start, but the format is quite a bit different than what you are used to with US history or opposing viewpoints. So let's go back to our idea about the Electoral College. Now remember, don't always just put the same search term each time. Notice they even give you a few other ideas here of what you could do as like an Electoral College reform or abolish. So I'm going to pick one of those. When you press search, what's different about EBSCO is it doesn't sort all the different results into magazines and news and reference articles. You have to do that yourself. So first, notice that your search is Electoral College Reform. It's looking only for full text articles and only things that are actually available in the library collection. It starts with the research starter, something similar to what you saw at the Gale Virtual Reference Library. But now you can come down here and see that you are getting results from Congressional Digest, and it found that one in Academic Search Complete. Supreme Court debates, Western Law Review, all different kinds of sources here. Now, when you see one that is a PDF full text, that means that EBSCO has access. If you see another one that says Gale, that means EBSCO is going to take you to another database. But what you may want to do is hover over this little magnifying glass here, because this brings up the abstract, and the abstract is like a short little overview of what the article or the source is about. So this is from the WashingtonPost.com, and it's a news article, and it was published in 2019. Versus this one here is showing you that who the author was. It was at a law review, and it's more of an academic journal. And it does give you the direct access to the PDF full text. So just like the other databases that we saw over in the Gale, this same one will also give you the ability to save it to Google Drive. The citation is a little bit different because this is a college level database. It's going to, when you press the citation button, it's going to give you multiple citations, APA and Harvard and Chicago. So you'll have to scroll down and find the one that we mostly use is the MLA. And then you can copy and paste that in there. But so the features are very much the same, and you can use this one as a source. So I'm going to go back to the results list, because what we really want to do is fine tune your search. Even though we put in a more specific search this time, Electoral College Reform, that is a little bit more specific than just learning about the history of the Electoral College. Over here on the left-hand side is where you really want to pay attention to the limiters, and that allows you to filter the results. So let's say you want to only find information that was published in the last 10 years or 15 years. That's going to change a lot of your results right there. Another option you might want to do is say, only show me magazine articles. And then maybe you could get different opinions this way, and it will change the results. And always over on the side here, it's telling you how you have limited your results. So if you find that you limit it too much, you can come here and then just check it and clear it out and go back to your original results. Oftentimes, students will either first narrow it down by the source, is one great way to do that. Notice that you have ebooks in the EBSCO collection, which is super helpful because ebooks are going to be able to use as like almost like a print source, because these are actual books that have information about the Electoral College, and we do have the full PDF of those ebooks. Besides narrowing it by source, oftentimes people want to narrow it by subject. Now remember, I already have it narrowed by ebook, and now I'm also narrowing it by subject. So if that is not the case you want, you're going to want to go uncheck that so that you'll have a broader range. So you see how this works? It's allowing you to control the filters more than just having the computer automatically do it for you. Uh, so you definitely want to maybe try narrowing it by subject instead of doing the history, learn a little bit more about the political parties instead. You can narrow by a particular type of publication. If you found really good information in the Washington Post, you want to read more articles, that's one way to do it. Also, by geography is another area that is super helpful so that you're only finding information about a particular location. So, I really, really want to encourage you to use EBSCO. This is the kind of collegiate database that you are going to be expected to use in junior and senior year and also in college. So don't forget, you're going to get a lot of results, so you will have to filter it. You're going to use the little preview button. You're going to look whether it's an academic journal or a narrow by subject, and also switch up your keywords. So, in addition to EBSCO, in this video, I just quickly want to show you two websites that might be helpful in your research about the Constitution and the Amendment and the government. One of them is the Library of Congress from the government. They have a collection, a digital collection of all kinds of information, and these are going to be your primary source documents. So if you're looking for writings from the time or speeches or pictures, you can browse through their collections, or you can also do a search. Another one, which is very similar, is from the National Archives, and they have this section, this website called docsteach.org, and they have all kinds of primary source, thousands of primary source letters and speeches and videos and maps, and then you can search by your document if you're looking for something specific for an amendment. All right, so I hope those tools help you out, and if you need any help with this, please email me, Mrs. Casanelli. I'd be happy to help you. Best of luck with your research.